What's going on, everybody? K to the 2 here with week 10 of the NPL. This week we are going up against Razorwolf24 and his New York Metangs. He is one of the few remaining members of the original 8 from Season 1. Last season we went up against him and we won, I don't remember. We won. I don't remember what the score was. I believe it was a 3 or 4-0, and that was the first week where Azumarill started its tear through the league. It went 5-0 just against Razor last time. So you're going to have to expect Azumarill to be coming, because his team isn't a whole lot different than it was, and he still doesn't really have a whole lot for it. If I can bring a Choice Bandit or get up a Belly Drum or anything really, that's going to be my late game plan. Otherwise, I still feel like I match up well against the rest of his team. He has Mew on his team though, which is incredibly hard to prepare for. But looking at the rest of his team, he doesn't have any other defogger on his team. So if he wants defog, he's going to have to bring it on Mew, which makes it a bit easier to plan for. Otherwise, he has threats like Dragonite, the oh so uber Greninja, which Greninja could be a problem because it can hit basically everything on my team super effectively if he brings the right set. Like Hidden Power, Fire, and like Grass Knot, or I don't know. Anyway, Greninja could be a problem. What else does he have? Did I already say Snorlax? I did say Snorlax. He has Raikou as well. Raikou is a fast electric type, which normally do very well against my team. However, this week I'm putting a little bit of a surprise in there, a mon that I haven't brought in a few weeks. So let's go ahead and get right into the game plan. Show you guys what my thought process was going into the match, and how I decided to take on this threat of the New York Metangs. So, looking over the game plan right here, first off, you can see right off the bat, we want to pressure him with Hazard. So, I am bringing a lead Custap Skarmory with Spikes and Stealth Rocks. I believe it also has Whirlwind and Brave Bird or Roost. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to check later because I'm going to have to go into Showdown and record the match itself. Either way, I'm doing that because I am bringing Gothitelle this week. However, Gothitelle is not a trapping Gothitelle. It's competitive. So every time he goes for defog, if I switch in, I get a free +2 boost to my special attack, which means I can take out his Mew in 2 hits with Shadow Ball, and then if I can get up behind a sub, I will pressure his entire team with a +2 Gothitelle to the point where he's really going to be reeling and he's going to be in a bad spot. So I need to force him to defog, and if I can do that early, remove his Mew, that would be just, I don't know, that would be best case scenario. Next up, we want to overpower him with strong physical attackers. That's what I said earlier with the Azumarill. We are also bringing a Choice Banded Swampert. Choice Banded Swampert is going to do a hell of a lot to his team, especially since he really doesn't have that many switch-ins to like an Ice Punch even. Ice Punch coming off of a Swampert, even though it's not stab, does a whole lot just to the frailer mons on his team. He does have a Weezing, but I don't expect him to bring it because Weezing isn't really that good, I feel at least, in the format. He has a Florges on his team, but usually they're more specially bulky. So even a Choice Banded Swampert's Ice Punch would probably 2-hit KO it, especially on the Switch. And lastly, right here, I have Check Gengar. Now, in order to do this, I brought one mon, because that's all I really felt like I needed. I brought Assault Vest Mixed Dragalge. Assault Vest means I can take any of Gengar's hits. Even if he has Psychic, it's doing a max of around 30%. That's disgusting how little that does to a Dragalge. So if I can bring Dragalge in on Gengar, I can drop a Draco on it, kill it. If he wants to switch in something after that, since I am mixed, I can fire off a Gunk Shot. It still gets the adaptability boost, and it's going to do a hell of a lot to whatever he wants to bring in, because he doesn't have... Wait, does he not have any steel types? I don't believe... No, he has Mega Steelix, but I don't believe he's going to bring it, just because I have a couple of water types and a fire type that deal with it really well, so it probably would be kind of redundant. So, that's enough of the game plan. Let's go ahead and get right into the match. So, starting off with the replay, we can take a look at his team. He is bringing the Gengar, the Mew, Raikou, Mienshao, Greninja, and the, whatchamacallit, the Dragonite. So, first things first, I definitely want to try and get up rocks. So I'm definitely going to lead off with my Skarmory. Doesn't really matter what he decides to lead off with. If he leads off with Mienshao, he's not going to be able to do really anything to Skarmory. If he leads out with the Greninja, I am guaranteed to get up rocks. If he goes for like an HP Fire against me, then I can also get up my spikes because of the Custap Berry activating on the next turn, unless he's running like a Shadow Sneak. Even still, I think the Custap out-prioritizes any priority move. I'm not sure. You're going to have to let me know that. I also need to make sure to keep rocks on the field. I don't know exactly how I'm going to be able to do that. If I keep rocks up on the field somehow, if he doesn't defog them away, or if I can get Skarmory back in later in the game, I need to be able to break the Marvel scale on Dragonite. So, let's go ahead and get right into it. Put it on normal, and let's go ahead and do this. So, I am leading off with Erdbay the Skarmory, and he actually leads off with Mienshao. Now, first turn, going straight for my rocks. He pulls the hard switch out into Mew, and I'm thinking, you know what, he's probably going to go straight for the defog because I have rocks up. Instead, he goes for a flamethrower, and I'm like, well, yeah, you didn't go for defog, and defog was probably your best play, because now it can come back in, especially if you defog now, I can kill your Mew, come back in with my Sturdy still intact, and get up rocks against you. He gets the burn, just going to make me die faster. Not that big of a deal. He kills off Gothitelle, but the trade-off was the fact that I get to keep rocks up on the field. I kill this thing with the U-turn, and I go straight out into my Skarmory, and I get a guaranteed layer of spikes. He has absolutely no way to get rid of them. He's going to be able to Volt Switch out and break my break my Sturdy, bring me down to 1. And Custap is going to be able to activate. However, he goes out into Dragonite, and I really do not want him setting up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Whirlwind, which is why I go last. He kills me with Fire Punch, not that big of a deal. I'm going to go straight out into Swampert and click Ice Punch because he has really no switch-ins. He's going to Dragon Claw. See that I don't take it very well, but he just dies to the Ice Punch. Right here, like I said, I have the free switch into Dragalge. He goes for a Giga Drain, and that does nothing. That does 3%. I'm going to go ahead and drop a Draco as he goes for the Psychic. Still, again, does 28%. Draco Meteor takes out the Gengar, and he's going to go straight out into Mienshao. I feel very comfortable right here, staying in and going for a Gunk Shot, because I know he can't kill with anything that he goes for. He overpredicts, go for the high jump kick. Even if he went for the U-turn, wouldn't have done anything. Gunk Shot kills. He's going to come in with the Greninja. I'm going to click Gunk Shot again. Doesn't really matter what he goes for. Goes for the Night Slash and shows that he's physical Greninja, which means he doesn't have Hidden Power Fire, and he can't do anything to me. So right here, he's going to get a Waterfall off. I see that he's Life Orb. He gets a crit with the Shadow Sneak. Doesn't matter because I go for the Roost to get all that health back because I knew he was going to kill himself out with the Life Orb no matter what. Right here, I know I can live anything that this can go for. I can go for the U-turn, get off a bunch of damage, go straight out into Azumarill, and kill it with the Aqua Jet. So, again, I didn't get to pull off my Azumarill sweep like I did last season. However, it's because I already overran his team with the amount of power that I brought. So that was a week. That was week 10. That was a really, really fast-paced battle. I literally just sat here and clicked buttons, and I didn't really need to predict at all this match. Like, the turn 2 switch into Gothitelle on the defog was sort of a prediction, but he just didn't make the correct play because I kept rocks up against him the whole match, and he had no way of getting rid of them. And those rocks and spikes really helped out with finally pulling out that victory. So that was this week. We win 3-0, and next week we are going up against Trev and the Atlanta Braviaries. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.